Doo-doo-dee. It's Nandi!
Hello everyone, it's Nandi here, and today I'm bringing you a continuation of the series that started everything off, the Dirty Dozen. I'm thankful that again Snowprint have kindly agreed to support this monthly series with a giveaway, and I'll share more details about how to enter that giveaway later on in the video. YouTube analytics tell me that my channel often draws a lot of first-time viewers, so I'll briefly explain what this video is all about. The Dirty Dozen is a curated list of the top 12 characters in the game. We look at 5 different metrics to score each character, and present the top 12 characters here for your perusal. I get these numbers by working closely with some of the top players in our guild, the Pants of Horus guild. These guys are seasoned, experienced players with a lot of insight in terms of what it takes to succeed at guild raids. So this infographic is a means of distilling all of that experience and knowledge into an easy to consume format. Every time we do these monthly videos, we change things slightly. As our understanding of the game develops, so too do the metrics that we consider valuable. After some feedback from our collaborators, we have decided to scrap the legendary event metric. They are absolutely correct when they say that this shouldn't be a metric that you base your character building and roster investment on. As your roster naturally progresses, you will unlock legendaries, and if you're a newer player, this should not be the focus of your initial resource expenditure. So this month we've replaced the legendary event score with a new score, representing that character's performance against the newest guild boss, Mortarion. Now, at time of recording, Mortarion is still a very new boss that we're all experimenting with, so please take this particular score with a pinch of salt. As our knowledge deepens and improves, we will be able to improve and score this metric more confidently. Now, onto the infographic. You can pause the video here if you want to have a look at all 12 characters, but know that I'll also upload this infographic to the wiki. The link to this is in the video description below, and you'll find all of my infographics there for your perusal and to download. The first 2 characters in this list remain unchanged from previous months. Eldryon is the king of the guild raid meta, and Mortarion does not change that. LD's passive adds 900 damage per hit, and even with the limitation that Mortarion places with Revoltingly Resilient, this has the potential to add several thousand damage to each one of your attacking characters. Unless a massive nerf happens, I expect Eldryon to remain the best character in the game for guild raids. You can't talk about Eldryon without Morgan Ra, who is the best ranged damage dealer in the game and who synergizes excellently with LD. You combine the two for your best numbers and optimal damage output in order to succeed in raids. The next 2 spots are taken up by legendary Imperial characters. Guild raids, by and large, take advantage of multi-hit characters, and by extension, characters that provide a damage aura are incredibly potent. Calgar's passive allows you to maximize damage output from your multi-hitters, and his active can be useful in clearing out summons. Castellan Creed is improved this month and has a lot of usefulness in his ability to double activate surrounding guardsmen. He can also summon a useful tank in Sergeant Kell, which can improve the survivability of the rest of your team. In position 5, we see the first Tau, and warrior for the greater good, the Honourable On-Shi. On-Shi's unique ability to recharge any active gives him a lot of tactical flexibility. At the moment, that is primarily being used to recharge Bellator or Yarrick's summons, but it allows huge hits and damage on the boss. Check out this 800k hit by one of my guildmates against the legendary Tyrannid boss recently, where Bellator summons with the On-Shi recharge did most of the heavy lifting. Commissar Yarrick sees a resurgence in value with Mortarion. A useful strategy against this boss is to send another character to die early, possibly even letting their summons die, like Aleph Null, and then allowing Yarrick to unload with 5 guardsmen on turn 2, and possibly again on turn 3 with an On-Shi recharge. Revas continues the list and is excellent against mech bosses. The downside to Revas is that you can't accurately predict boss movement all the time, and with her short range, Revas can sometimes find herself in melee, where her Tau trait of close combat weakness reduces her damage output. Thaddeus Noble has moved up considerably this month, and on testing I've been really impressed with him. His passive works very well with Morgan Ra and Volk, both of whom do well against Mortarion. Thaddeus also has a very high raw damage stat. Personally, I'm sinking my spare resources into him to make him guild raid viable. Volk is a good ranged damage dealer who fits a lot of the criteria for success in the current meta. He does good damage, lots of hits, and has a ranged attack, making him a decent option across the board. His only limitation is his mobility of 2, so be careful when you're positioning him, especially against Mortarion, who has a suppress effect. Celestine looks like a really fun character, and I wish I had her unlocked. She's basically a cheat code to win in PvP, and is probably the best character in the game for that game mode. If you have her, congrats. Finally, we close out the Dirty Dozen with 2 Imperial characters. Bellator is a summoner with multi-hits who takes advantage of the multi-hit meta better than any other character in the game. And the final addition to the Dirty Dozen is Roswitha, who earns her place by being incredibly valuable against Mortarion with her active ability that adds 20% extra damage for 2 turns. You're going to want to build her up to get any meaningful results against this really tough boss. A lot of you had requested in previous videos for extended rankings to include the top 20, so here they are. I won't provide any commentary here, but you can have a look at the scores and glean the information you wish. As usual, check out the wiki to download this information. There you go, that's the Dirty Dozen and the Encore. Hope you enjoyed it. This is the series that started everything off for me as a content creator for Tacticus, and I always enjoy working with my collaborators on it. I want to do a big shout out and thank you to them for their constant support and contributions, because without them and their support, this would be a far less valuable resource. In terms of the giveaway, I'll let Mrs. Nandi step in to tell you how to enter.
All you have to do is leave a comment in the video description below and the winners will be drawn in a couple of days. Nandi will reply to your comment with instructions on how to claim your prize, so please be on the lookout for that. Good luck!
Thanks, Mrs. Nandi. That's all I've got. I'll end on my usual points. If you enjoy my content and would like to support me and the work I do, I'd really appreciate if you could consider entering my Refer a Friend code on screen. It goes a long way to supporting me in the work that I do. Finally, if you're interested in joining one of the top guilds in the game, reach out to us in the Pants of Horus cluster via Discord link in the video description below. We only have a few slots left, so don't miss the chance. That's all for now, folks. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye now.
Doo-doo-dee. It's Nandi!